So as I'm sure you guys know, the rapper formerly known as Tekashi69, now also just known as 6ix9ine or the final SoundCloud boss, has been blowing up quite a lot recently. He's released songs like Gummo and Kuda, which have 54 million and 19 million views respectively on YouTube. But the question is, should he be achieving all this fame? As you guys know, he has pled guilty to charges of sexual misconduct with a minor. But was this just all a misunderstanding? Is there maybe some details in this case that we're missing out on? So today, I'm going to be giving you guys the most fair breakdown of this that I can and telling you guys what I think. This video will heavily reference an article the site Genius did on 6ix9ine, as well as the site Jezebel, and it will also heavily reference and we'll talk about clips from the interview that 6ix9ine did with DJ Akademiks. So all of these sources will be linked in the description below, and you can check those out after you've seen the video. So with all that being said, guys, this is CDTVProductions, and today we will be discussing if 6ix9ine really deserves all the fame he has after the allegations that have come forward about him. So let's start with what we initially knew of these allegations.
That's really all I use it for, the cake out the door. I don't want it, you can keep the horse, she feeding for some more. In New York, my niggas don't really rock my name.
So these charges became very public when on November 15th of this year, the website Genius released an article detailing the charges and accusations against 6ix9ine. The article stated that he has pled guilty to 3 counts of use of a minor in a sexual performance. What this means essentially is appearing in and distributing media which displays a child performing a sex act. It doesn't necessarily mean he took part in the sex act, but he was in the video where it took place and was also the one that distributed it or shared it. Takeshi was, according to this article, 18 at the time, whilst at this point the minor's age was not known, but she was confirmed to be under the age of 17. It is also stated that Takeshi hates even using the word rape, although it probably wasn't a very good idea for him to post a video on his Snapchat referring to himself as a happy rapist.
Look at me, flawless. I'm such a happy rapist, and I'm free. Such a happy rapist.
Very classy there, buddy. That was definitely in good taste. Now, these charges appear to be pretty worrying, given that they haven't hindered the success of Takeshi at all, and most people seem to be ignoring or not aware of these charges. And the article on Genius makes a very good point that there's stuff like this happening in Hollywood right now with these kind of accusations, and people are losing jobs over this, but when it comes to rap music, it doesn't hinder the rapper's success at all if they are being accused and have pled guilty to charges such as these. There has been literally no effect so far on 6ix9ine's success. So it really does bring up the question, was the Genius article just trying to make 6ix9ine look bad for some cheap publicity? Were they taking those crimes which 6ix9ine had pled guilty to out of context? Well, we're going to be covering that next by looking at the interview he did responding to the article with DJ Akademiks.
I'm a car, flag around the lot, bust you in your jaw, fuck them all, shoot you through your car, put that on my mom.
So, Takeshi gave his thoughts on the Genius article in this interview, and he essentially stated that they didn't provide full context and they didn't really tell the full story of what happened. So Takeshi is using this interview to try and elaborate on what really went down. Throughout this interview, he denounced the claims that he was a paedophile and a rapist. And yes, in the UK we see paedophile. The word pedophile just doesn't sound right to me. It's pedo, you know? Pedo, not pedo. But then again, we're not having that war in this comment section. There's more serious stuff we're talking about here.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not no rapist, homie. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Also, in a pretty major point, he stated he was 17 when the event in question took place, not 18 as the Genius article had stated. This is a pretty major point he makes, saying, I was only 17, I was just a baby, and stuff like that.
I'm a 17-year-old kid, bro. No face tattoos, nothing. A kid, bro. A little ass kid, bro. Baby, bro. I'm a baby.
So remember this point, because we will definitely be coming back to that soon. And now, the big part of this interview, where 6ix9ine details what he says happened on this night, the night where the crimes took place. Now, he explains what really happened while saying stuff like a lot.
Say, yo, the bitch, yo, let me use your phone. Yo, you talking crazy? She like, yo, what you mean? You know what I'm saying? She bugging. She just bugging.
And you know how Big Shaq, you know that meme, I really like that meme, but you know how he says boom, like ironically, to kind of make fun of the way rappers speak and stuff like that? Takeshi 6ix9ine says boom unironically as kind of like a comma in conversation.
I'm grown, you know what I'm saying? Boom. We got you. Boom.
I guess it's slang for like saying, you know, you'd say like, he said da-da-da, instead of that you say he said but it just sounds weird. But anyway, I'm gonna explain what he said happened. So he said he was at this small house party of sorts, and somebody invited over a girl to make things more interesting. The girl comes over, and 6ix9ine says she stated that she was 19, but she was actually 13 or 14 or something like that. Now, let me just stop you right there. How the fuck do you not notice that someone that says they're 19 is 13? There is a pretty obvious difference between a 19-year-old and a 13. I'm 19. I am 19 years old. And I mean, I'm probably not a good example because a lot of people think I'm in my mid-20s, but I'm 19 and no one would mistake me for being 13, so I just want to stop him really quickly there and say, how do you not notice that a girl who said she is 19 is actually 13? But anyways, that's what he says. He says she said she was 19 and he believed it. Then, to cut to the chase, he said she just appeared partially nude in a video he uploaded to the internet. He says he didn't have any type of sexual contact with her and said he was literally just arrested for being there. He also mentions that the grand jury said no rape was involved. Wow, after hearing that, he sounds relatively innocent, right? Apart from not recognizing that a 13-year-old wasn't 19, he didn't really do anything wrong, according to him. I mean, in his words, he didn't even touch this girl. After watching the interview, I really thought that this guy might be innocent. But you remember that Jezebel article I mentioned earlier? Well, they found a lot of proven inconsistencies in what 6ix9ine said in this interview. Here is where things get very spicy indeed. Jezebel managed to get their hands on the criminal complaint document filed against 6ix9ine for this case, and what this document states is pretty damning against him. And just keep in your minds, this is an official legal document. Let's start off with this claim.
Anyway, I was 17, I got...
Oh, no, we have a lie. The criminal complaint, which again is an official document, states that the incident took place on February 21st, 2015. Now, if we do some quick maths, we can find out that that wasn't 3 or 4 years ago, as he says. This would make him 18 at the time of the incident, not 17 as he claims. I mean, him being 17 was one of the biggest points he repeated over and over, and now that was clearly just to try and make himself seem more innocent, because this is proven that that is a lie. He was 18 when the incident occurred. He wasn't, as he says, 17 years old and just a baby. Let's move on to the next claim.
Thinking like, yo, this girl just told me she's 19.
Wham bam, thank you ma'am, we have another lie. In the criminal complaint, 6ix9ine said he assumed she was 19 because of the way she spoke. He never actually asked her what her age was. So now it's not even a 13-year-old saying they're 19, it's him assuming a 13-year-old was 19 because of the way she spoke. This is just getting more and more spicy as we go on, but we haven't quite hit levels of Vindaloo curry spicy yet, so let's keep going. Bring out that next claim.
Remember, I'm not touching the girl, I'm not having sexual intercourse with the girl, I'm not doing nothing.
Oh, another lie. Once again, the criminal complaint says that one of the 3 videos uploaded to the internet, which were used as evidence, In one of them, it shows the child sitting on 6IX9INE's lap, whilst she was wearing nothing but her bra and panties, no less. And also worth noting is he had his arms around her. That's weird, I could have sworn he repeatedly says that he never touched her. Also, remember how he said no one had sex with the underage girl? Well, one of the other videos that surfaced showed this 13-year-old giving a blowjob to another man whilst 6IX9INE slapped her ass. And she was completely nude. Oh god. That spice is just kicking in now. That sounds pretty rapey since she can't legally consent. So yes, rape did occur on this night, and 6IX9INE was slapping her ass while it occurred. Then, in the third and final video used as evidence, the child is completely nude and sitting across 3 men's laps, one of them being 6IX9INE. Doesn't sound like he was charged just because he was there now, does it? A detective even said 6IX9INE stated to him that it definitely is him in all the videos, and confirmed the date in which the incident occurred. Wow, well, looking at this evidence, you don't seem very innocent, 6IX9INE. He did say himself, if someone is going to cover the full story, actually cover the full story. Well, that's what I just did, and it doesn't look very good. Now, this might leave a lot of you wondering why 6IX9INE still claims he is a free man and isn't in jail yet. Well, his plea agreement explains that. Essentially, his sentencing was adjourned until October 20th, 2017, but now it has been adjourned until January 30th, 2018. Now, this plea agreement was conceived around 2 years ago, and it stated by the time of sentencing he needs to 1. Not post any sexually explicit images or videos to social media, 2. Go through 2 years of mental health treatment, 3. Do 300 hours of community service, and a bunch of other things, including having to write an apology letter to the victim and her family. Doesn't exactly sound like a free man, does he? It also does state if he adheres to all these conditions and does not commit another crime between now and his sentencing, he may not have to register as a sex offender. And that is the full story as we currently know it. So I don't think many people will disagree with me after this video. Tekashi 6IX9INE should not be blowing up after these allegations. Not to mention, he seems to be lying heavily to protect his public image. I mean, he's lost friends and collaborators over this, rightfully so. Pierre Bourne and Trippie Redd have refused to work with him now. It just kind of rubs me the wrong way when people that are accused of crimes like this with very strong evidence against them have absolutely nothing happen to them success-wise, and they continue to blow up and be made into these superstars when this guy, 6IX9INE, is being made to be a superstar and he has slapped a 13-year-old's ass. I can't make that point enough. Because of these reasons, it doesn't really feel right to me that 6IX9INE is achieving all this success. I guess we'll find out when his sentencing eventually comes around how that's gonna go down. So let me know what you guys think of this one in the comments below, and I'll definitely be keeping my eye on how this situation develops in the future. As always, thanks for watching, be sure to subscribe if you enjoyed, leave a like if you did enjoy the video, and of course share it to help it get out there. And really, because I'm not gonna suck my own dick here, but I think this video very much portrays the full story as we know it so far. So that's all I have to say, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one. This is CDTVProductions, signing out.